Namaste. Welcome to Utsav Yoga. My name is Rohini Oberoi, and thank you for joining us for our class, Yoga for Seniors. This class will be covering all things balance, especially as we age and we find that we're not able to do some of the everyday things that include just standing or walking. We can lose confidence, and it doesn't allow us to do the things that we maybe love to do. So this class is all about balance and hopefully allowing us to regain confidence in our daily lives. Let us begin. As with any yoga class, we usually will start with breathing, and we're going to cover full yogic breathing today. This type of breath allows us to calm the mind as well as nourish the body with prana as well as just oxygen that we need for ourselves day in and day out. This type of breathing will help to alleviate any kind of despondency that you may have in the mind, especially if done correctly. So we're going to start by placing one hand on the abdomen and one hand on the chest. We're trying to use the full respiratory system at this time. So as you inhale, you're first going to push the abdomen out. Continue to inhale till you feel your chest begin to rise up. When you exhale, squeeze the abdomen in and squeeze the chest in. You can keep your eyes closed with this practice if you're comfortable. Otherwise, again, inhale, push the abdomen out like you're filling a balloon. Continue to inhale, feeling the chest begin to rise up. Exhale, squeezing from the abdomen first and then letting the chest fall in. One more time. Inhale, letting the abdomen rise out. Continue to inhale, feeling the chest lift and rise up. Exhale, squeezing the abdomen in and letting the chest fall in. The smoother our breath, the deeper our breath, the body follows suit. So as such, when we're doing balancing postures, we want to ensure that our breath is as deep and as slow as possible. So we'll get ready for our balancing postures. You can come to a standing position, and ideally you'll be using a chair that has a back to it and some weight. So I'm going to turn the chair towards the side so that you can see just the side that I'll be holding. So the idea during the balancing postures is to ensure that you're not taking all of the weight onto the chair, but you're using your own balance and just using the chair very lightly for stability. We're going to begin with, again, starting from the feet, moving upwards. We're going to start again with the toes. I'd like you to place your left hand onto the hip and extend the right leg forward slightly. So you're lifting the right leg off of the floor. We're going to start with toe movements. Again, we're going to just flex the toes as much as we can, separating the toes, and then scrunching the toes together, bringing them together tightly. One more time, stretching the toes out, separating the toes as much as we can, and then bringing the toes forward and together, and release. We're now going to move to the left side, extending the left leg forward, separate the toes as much as you can, feel that space, and then bring the toes together and forwards, scrunching them together. Once again, stretching the toes backwards and separating the toes. And last time, you're bringing them forwards and scrunching them together tightly. And back to central and neutral position. We're now going to go back to the right side, but move on to ankle rotations. So here again, taking the support of the chair, and if you feel that you have the balance, you can always keep both hands on your hips, or again, if you just need a light touch on the chair, that's absolutely fine. Extend the right leg forward. We're going to start with the rotation first, and then move on to forward and back. We'll do one rotation. Again, pointing the toe forward, imagine you're making a circle with the big toe. You are now just working your ankle. Nothing else is moving. The hip is still, the knee is still. Okay? just a single rotation, okay? And you can also go counterclockwise as well. Okay, go at your own pace here. And when you're ready, release the right leg. Extend the left leg forward, pointing the toe forward. And now starting in a counterclockwise movement, we're just getting the ankle to rotate. Go as slowly or as fast as you'd like here. And then go in the opposite direction. Okay. Again, making sure that the circle that you're making starts with the toe and the movement is only on the ankle. When you're ready, release the leg, come back to a neutral position. And we're now going to do a forward and backward movement with the ankles. So again, extending the right leg forward, point the toe away from you, then point the toe towards you, again away from you, and then towards you. Come back to center, switching to the left side. Extend the leg forward slightly, point the toes away from you, point the toes towards you, again away from the body, pointing towards the floor, and then bringing the toes up and pointing towards you, release. We're now going to move on to a practice known as Tadasana. This is the mountain pose. This type of pose is to help us gain stability and mindfulness starting from the toes upwards. There's not a lot that needs to be done with this particular pose. Stand with your feet just about hip distance apart. Here I would like you to take a moment and just feel your feet. This means pressing the sole of the foot into the mat, both feet, and feeling the toes. So you're spreading your toes as much as you can onto the floor on both sides. So you are essentially gripping the floor. Right? This is where your stability starts. It starts with the toes, it starts with the ankles. So we're going to stand like this, making sure that the shoulders are back and the spine is straight. If you'd like to, you can hold on to the chair for stability. But make sure you're really grounding yourself to the floor. And this is a very strong pose. That's why it's called Tadasana, the mountain pose. So establishing yourself with pushing the feet into the ground. Not a lot happening in this asana. We're just standing very simply with the hands down. Now, if you feel like you have the stability and you would like to take it a little further, you can go into your tiptoes. So from here, if you want to do one hand at a time, you can inhale the left arm up. I'm holding the chair with the right, so that's why the left hand is coming up. And as I inhale, I'm going to come up onto my tiptoes as much as possible. Hold it there if you can, then slowly come down and exhale the arm down. So if you feel that you have the stability, we're going to take this pose a little further to enhance our balance. You can either keep one hand on the chair, and then we'll also demonstrate with just using our own balance. So I'm going to keep my right hand on the chair, and as I inhale, I'm going to lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Fix your gaze directly in front of you, not up or down, but directly in front of you. Find a point. Right? And now inhale and exhale. We're now going to lift up onto our toes. Just stay there and breathe slowly and comfortably. And as you exhale, come down and release your arm. If you feel like you would like to try doing this using your own balance, we can first inhale both arms up. You can either stay in this position, locking your gaze directly in front of you, or we can now, if you feel like you're comfortable in coming up onto your toes, as you inhale, slowly come up onto the toes, hold your focal point, breathe. And exhale, bring the soles of the feet down to the floor and bring the arms down beside you. This is Tadasana and a modified Tadasana. We're now going to move on to a pose that will help our entire nervous system. We're going to keep the feet just about a few inches apart. And I'm moving a little bit away from the chair so that I'm not going to hit any part of the chair. Okay, so I'll just move back slightly. Keep the chair next to you if you feel like you do need the support. This particular pose is going to work our cognitive function. So we're going to be moving our head as well as our arms. I'm going to demonstrate with one side holding on to the chair if you do need the chair for balance. We're going to begin by bringing the chin down towards the chest, and you're going to bring your left arm in front of you because I'm using the right for stability. As you inhale, you're going to lift the left arm up towards the ceiling and your gaze comes up to meet the fingertips. As you exhale, you're going to bring the arms to shoulder height and bring your face facing forward. Again, inhale, lifting the arm up to the ceiling, looking up at your fingertips. And as you exhale, you're going to bring the arm down and your gaze is going to come down towards your fingertips. You can repeat the same on the right side. Ideally, if you're comfortable, you can do this posture without the support of the chair. So I'm going to move forward to show you the unmodified Bandha Hasta Uttan Asana. This asana is very good in helping cognitive function as well as helping the nervous system. Keeping the legs slightly together, not too close. We're going to begin by keeping the arms beside the body. And as you exhale, bring the hands in front of you. Look down towards your fingers. As you inhale, raise the arms up, palms facing outwards, and start raising your gaze up towards the ceiling, towards your fingers. Exhale, bring the arms towards your shoulders or to shoulder height, gazing forwards. Again, inhale, lifting the arms up to the ceiling and turning your gaze towards the ceiling. As you exhale, you're bringing your arms all the way down and bringing your gaze down towards the fingertips. I'm going to demonstrate this one more time. Inhale and exhale. Then inhale, lifting the arms up towards the ceiling, your gaze following the fingers. Exhale, bring your arms to shoulder height, your gaze is forwards. Inhale deeply, lifting the arms up, returning your gaze towards the fingertips. And as you exhale, you're bringing your arms all the way down and your gaze comes to the fingertips towards the floor and release. So this will give you very good cognitive function as well as working your shoulders and your arms. We'll now move on to the Vrikshasana pose, which is a true balancing pose. So the Vrikshasana, the tree, we're going to be using the chair for stability, starting with the right leg. So as we had in Tadasana, we want to ensure that the feet are flat on the floor. You're separating your toes as much as possible. So you're getting good surface area touching the sole of your foot. Now, depending on your flexibility and comfort, you can start by putting your hand onto your hip. Raise the left leg up, either keeping your toe on the floor, your knee comes out to one side, like this is the first stage. If you're feeling a little bit more confident, you can lift your left leg up and bring it up into the calf region. So you're now pressing the sole of your foot into the calf. Make sure the knee is out to the side. Remember, you're using your chair for balance. You can enhance the balance by keeping the hand on the hips. Here you want to make sure that your gaze is directly out in front of you, locking into a focal point. Stay here and breathe. And when you're ready, you release the leg down. And then you can do the next side. So remember, in yoga, it's all about balance. You want to make sure if you're doing the left side, you do the right side as well. We're now going to move on to the Trikonasana pose. So for this, I'm going to come forward slightly to show the full Trikonasana. And then the second one will be a supported Trikonasana where we are going to be using the chair. So for Trikonasana, we usually separate our legs a little bit more than hip distance apart. We're going to start by raising the right arm up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, you're going to arc towards the left side. Stay here and breathe for a few seconds. Go as far as comfortable. Then inhale, come back to center. Exhale the arm down. Left side, inhale the left arm up and exhale to the right side. Stay there for a moment, breathe and hold. And inhale, come back to center, exhale the arm down. Now if you feel you need the support of the chair, you can keep your legs together for this particular Trikonasana. So it'll be a modified Trikonasana. So here, keeping one hand on the chair, in this case my right hand is on the chair, I'm going to inhale and lift the left arm up. And as I exhale, I'm going to arc towards the right side, taking support of the chair, staying here and breathing for as long as comfortable. And inhaling, coming back to center and release. Remember to do the same on the next side as well. So the last asana we're going to do is going to be Kati Chakrasana, starting with showing the full asana and then doing a modified version. So we're going to step forward slightly just to demonstrate. And this Kati Chakrasana is a twist to the spine. So anytime we're moving our eyes or our head with a standing posture, this requires our balance. And this is where postures like this come in very handy. We're getting a benefit balance-wise as well as for the spine. For the Kati Chakrasana, all we're going to do, I'm going to extend and twist towards the right side. So I'm extending my left hand to the right shoulder and twisting, looking over my right shoulder, and my hand is going to come around the back. Okay, then coming back to center, inhale and exhale, twisting to the left side, bringing the right hand onto the shoulder, the left shoulder, and looking over the shoulder and coming back to center. You can do this as many times as is comfortable. Now if you would like to take the support of the chair, you are going to be keeping one hand on the chair. We're going to start with twisting to the right side. I'm going to inhale, and as I exhale, I'm going to twist, still bringing my left hand onto the right shoulder, looking over my shoulder, and coming back to center. Remember to do the other side, so you can turn around and take the support of the chair. And we're now going to twist and looking over the shoulder as much as possible for the right side and coming back to center. This is our class all about balance. We hope that you enjoyed the class, and it's going to give you the confidence to do the things that you love day in and day out without worrying about the issue of falling. So do this class as many times as you need to till you get the confidence of slowly moving away from the chair without using the support. Thank you for joining us for the class. Namaste.